Like you can use it for energy or like anger, just like.
Yeah. Well, basically, what it is, anxiety is getting your body ready. Yeah. If you're not anxious, then your body's not getting that fight mode. Yeah, or the flight mode, whatever one you end up going to. But if the anxiety's not there, your blood's not going to be pumping faster. Your head's not going to be in it. So it needs to be there. So when you feel it, when you feel anxious, just think, yeah, that means I'm ready now. I'm ready to go fight. Yeah. That's what we've got to start getting in to ourselves. When you feel it, that means we're good to go. Yeah? Alright, so anxiety can be a very positive influence that leads us to tackle the challenges that make life far more rewarding. Yeah, so basically it's putting yourself in that situation where you could come out the loser or the winner.
Yeah, but in negative, go on to the next point.
However, when we perceive the stressor to be negative, it causes anxiety, and therefore much depends upon how we view the demands placed
So
upon
what
us.
we've got to get used to, we've got to get used to knowing that we're going to get nervous and anxious. I'm going to get anxious at every competition, no matter how long you're doing it. I think it's the way you deal with when you get nervous. Yeah, because when I do it, sometimes I can deal with it well. Then other times it just gets on top of me, and I think I don't want to be here. Yeah, but you can't view it like that. You've got to view it like this anxiety means I'm ready and I'm good enough to deal with this anxiety and good enough to win this competition. That
is the part that demands placed upon us. That is what you've got to get at. You don't think, when a lot of you, it's partly the coach's faults as well, because you go there and you think, I've got to win, yeah? Don't put yourself on that, because that is what makes you more, and then you start to get the doubts in your head. If I don't win, what's going to happen? What's going to happen?
And then you'll spiral, if you let yourself do that, just spiral into a negative cycle.
That was his main downfall. He had too much demands on him, yeah? Every competition he had to, he had to win gold. If he didn't win gold, he'd underperformed in everyone else's eyes. Yeah, you might go out, you might get a silver, you might get a bronze, you might lose in the semis and just miss out on third, and people go to you, well done, congratulations. But as you get better, if you just miss out on that medal, if you just get that silver, people go to you, unlucky. Yeah, you've got to work harder. Even though you have achieved something, you know the demands are, I need to get the gold medal. Yeah, so when you get to that stage, get out of your head. Just go out and do what you've always done. Just go out and enjoy your fight. Yeah, that is our main problem at the minute. We're too worried about what's going to happen. Are we going to get told off when we come off this mat? Yeah, I think that's what goes on in a lot of heads. Get rid of the demand, yeah? Just fight how you normally do.
Yeah, move on. This is just a cycle that we was talking about when you come to a high competitive sport, you get a higher anxiety level, and this is the negative cycle. If you view it negatively, you're going to make more errors, and them errors get into like a pattern of making the same errors every time, and like remembering what you've done wrong and how it's affected you, and that's a negative thought straight into it. Yes, that's just what it does to you.
So I'll use myself here. I was fighting really well one time up until the week before.
Up until he cut his hair.
Yeah, it was me hair. That's what I put it down to, without me curl. But I was fighting. I really felt good about myself. I thought I could go out. I thought I could, have a good fight with anyone you put me with. I'd go out and I'd do it. It wouldn't bother me. And it come to the England selections, and I just got too anxious. I just thought, I've got to do it. I've got to do it. James has done it. I've got to do it. I've got to do it. Otherwise, everyone's going to think I've failed. And that's all. I just froze because I put too much on myself. Yeah. All right. And then obviously I'm throwing pointless techniques. I'm committing more errors. Then in my head I'm thinking, why bother even throw a technique? I'm not getting near the guy. I beat this guy last week, but I can't beat him this week. What's the matter with me? Then I'm distracted by my internal thoughts, because that's all that's going on in my head. And while that's going on in my head, I've still got to fight the guy. Yeah, so I've got nothing thinking about where I'm going to score on him. The whole time I'm thinking, I'm crap. Yeah, what can I do? And it's just a lost performance in the end. That's all that happens, yeah?
That one step. Anyone else get that? I'm not going to laugh at you.
Guys, I'm going to be totally honest with you. I'm going to tell you what scares me about it, what I've done. Just be honest with us. Nothing's going to go out this way. I'm not going to go up and say, oh, so-and-so's got this.
Just going to video and put it on Facebook, but it's alright. No, go on. Anyone got anything they want to say? If you don't want to, it's absolutely fine. No? We'll
No.
move on.
Has anyone ever experienced that? When they just get so anxious and they're throwing things and in their head they're thinking, why am I bothered doing this?
You bottle it.
Yeah.
Basically bottling it at the time.
Yeah. I think if you haven't, great to you. Yeah, you've done good. I can't do it sometimes. Well,
Alright. Yeah, go on.
here we go.
Maybe there.
Optimum arousal. Get the giggles out
Right.
already.
What do you think? Hold it there. Don't go no further. What do you think optimum arousal is? Anxiety. Arousal and anxiety is similar sort of things. They work together. What do you think it is? What's optimum? Anyone know? Joshie? Yeah, like so the best. Yeah, your best.
Yeah. So optimum is the top level. What you are best at.
Yeah.
Optimum arousal theory. According to the optimum arousal theory, each athlete will perform at their best if their level of arousal or competitive anxiety falls within their optimum function zone.
So for the function zone, meaning like the way you're fighting, the way you function best. Yeah. So you need to get in that zone. Go on.
The challenges for us as the coach is to determine the athlete's optimum arousal zone and identify the techniques that will place the athlete in the zone. We have techniques.
We're going to do our techniques in a little bit.
Have you got the inverted U on this one?
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
coming up in a little bit. I think it's probably coming up next.
I'll explain it to you now, but basically there's an inverted U theory, and so you've got performance on this side and arousal going along the bottom, yeah? And it says for our sport you'd need high arousal because it's combat sport, yeah?
Yeah, sharp,
If you was doing something like snooker, darts, fine motor, yeah, so it's just that slight movement. You don't want to be too aroused, otherwise you're going to be throwing your darts through the board, yeah? Alright, so then the inverted U would be more over this side because you don't want to be as aroused, but your peak is earlier, yeah? Us would be, so if it was there, we would be a nice gradual curve and our zone would be up here. This is quite a basic model what we're taking.
Yeah, so your optimum is your peak, yeah, and it's where you're going to perform best at, and it's like your job's to like techniques we can go over later to get yourself in the zone where you've done your best before in that zone. When you felt you're your best before, another technique where you're going to write it down. We'll do it in a little bit, but just to try and get it to go again. Yeah, so reaching your optimum state will give you the best chance of success.
This is what I was talking about, guys.
Just click it
What
again,
I was
mate.
explaining. Yeah, so basically, like I was saying, performance on that side, level of arousal. This would be something similar to ours, but as you can see, if it's too low, you perform crap. Too high, you're still bad as well, yeah, because you've gone over that edge. You've got too anxious, your arousal's too much. You're either fighting like you want to beat someone's head off. That is normally you're too aggressive, yeah. That is you're too low.
But then
back.
when you're too aggressive, like that's when you make too many errors because you're panicking about what they're going to do to you, and you're over aroused.
See, there's another theory called the drive theory, and all it is a straight line.
That's, I think this is on here as well.
Yeah.
No, you've got that in tomorrow's.
Yeah. So I think I've got it on tomorrow's one. So, but yeah, I have.
Yeah, no, don't worry about it.
Yeah, so it's a straight line. And it says the more aroused you are, it's the dominant performance that comes out of you. So if you perform in a certain way in training, it says that will come out in your competition because that is what you're used to. You just do that. Yeah. So the more aroused you get, it says that will be your dominant performance. It doesn't mean it's going to be your best, but it means it's going to be your dominant one. Okay. But this is literally saying if you fall within this zone here, you're going to be at your best psychologically
Give yourself the
and
best chance.
physiologically. Yeah. What causes anxiety? Anyone know?
Let's have some, just from anyone. You ain't got to look at your sheet. Just
Okay.
everyone.
Think
Everyone
when you go
give
into a competition,
Like nervous, frightened.
frightened of what though? What? Look, give me.
That you lost against before.
Yeah, people you lost against before. Anything else? Expectation. What's expected of you? Success. If you've been successful in the past, you've got to be
Losing.
successful again.
I
Some people
might
like
lose
losing.
first round.
What else? What else? We do karate, yeah. So what happens to you when you fight?
Get injured.
You get hit, yeah.
Yeah, you get hurt.
There's a chance you getting hurt. Yeah. So all them things we all get nervous about. Does everyone get nervous about anything else?
I get nervous about looking silly. That's my biggest fear. How are people going to look at me? Yeah. Do I look like a dope bouncing around this mat? Do I look silly? That is what is always going on in my head. Are they going to think I'm not laughing at me? Yeah, when you guys watch, before I was the young one, and no one, you know, I had them to look up to. Now I feel like you watch me, James, Josh, and I feel like I think I look stupid now when I lose. Oh, they're gonna. That's the whole time. That's what's going on in my head. I look silly doing this. Why should I be out here? Yeah. All right. Do you want me to show some? Yeah.
Yeah. Bit of a big one.
Right. I might struggle reading this.
Go on.
At the same time as providing challenge and stimulation, sport also provides considerable uncertainty. That's what we were saying earlier. That's
So
the big anxiety. You don't know what's going to happen.
You don't know the outcome, do you?
Yeah.
When you're going to do something.
When you go to school, you know you're going to sit down, you're going to get your pen. It goes through the
It's a
basic
routine.
routine. When you're fighting, anything could happen. He could punch me straight through the head. Yeah? I could get taken down. I might go for a kick.
Yeah, if like it says on there, like an Olympic archer releases an arrow or the karate executes a round kick, but the outcome of what's going to happen when they do it is unknown.
Yeah, so you're throwing what you normally do, but you don't know what's going to happen at the end. Am I going to score? Is it going to get blocked? Am I going to get taken down? Yeah. So this is everything that causes anxiety during when you're fighting.
But like the
Or
sport
even
we do,
captain
you can't. Everyone's going to feel like that. You can't
Yeah.
get away from that feeling.
Yeah, it's like Con or Ad, when you go up for a jump, or Kai even now, when you go up for a jump in your kata, it's possibly going in your head, I've got to land this, I can't fall out. I remember watching Reese doing it, and he just toppled over. Yeah, and that's probably going on in your head the whole time, I've got to make sure I land this jump perfect, as you're coming up to it, yeah? So it's things like that that you can't, alright, you might do it good every time, but you can't make sure it's going to be like that. Anything can happen, yeah?
Yeah, sometimes people see like this as a positive sometimes, don't they? They like the uncertainty, but then other people it works and has a bad effect on them as well. You want to go on, Rob?
Yeah. Causes.
Just carry on from the last slide.
While stress and uncertainty may motivate some athletes, they induce anxiety in others. So it's saying that it can facilitate performance, which is
Motivate you.
make it better, or debilitate, make it worse, yeah? There are some distinct factors that can increase athletes' level for anxiety. For example, the more important the contest, the greater the stress. So when you get into that final, that anxiety kicks up, especially if you have
Or
to
like
wait
when
around.
you've done your selections.
Yeah. So it was a bigger thing like to do, and it made me.
The more anxiety you're going to have to deal with, yeah. So the bigger the contest, the more anxiety you're going to have to deal with. That's
Alright.
probably why, like, if you go to football, like when you have a big cup game and it's anyone's game.
Yeah, it's like if you watch football, normally a football final. I'm quite big with football. If you're not, I'm sorry. Yeah, but if you watch like a final, normally the first 20 minutes is really boring because they both sort of pass the ball around, trying to get a feel for the game. They're making a few errors. Both teams are making a mistake. They can't keep hold of the ball. Yeah, and that's what normally happens. They just need to play their way into the game.
But the
yeah?
difference, sorry, the difference between football and karate is that football's a team sport. So if they make a mistake, they've got other people to back them up.
Yeah.
But in karate, it's much greater anxiety and much greater stress because if you make a mistake, the other person it's your fault. No one else can back you up on that mat. They're gonna do you. So it's a massive stress. So if you want to go on to the next slide,
Yeah.
mate, we'll carry on with that. So individual sports, karate is an individual sport.
Participants in individual sports have been shown generally to suffer more anxiety before, during and after competitions than participants in team sport. Yeah? This is because the sense of isolation and exposure is much greater in sports such as karate.
Isolation, yeah, just a little one, just you by yourself, yeah, in the middle of that mat, no one else to help you.
It's you and that other person. And they affect your performance directly. It's not like golf. Yeah, I know you're isolated in golf, but your performance is affected by the other. In golf, your performance is not affected by anyone else. All you do, you stand on the tee, you hit the ball, you go down and hit the ball again. Yeah, that person isn't stopping you hit the ball. Yeah, it's only you miscontacting the ball. Yeah, so it's a closed sport where our sport is open. We've got all these effectors: the referee, the coach on the mat, our coach, us, the athlete we're fighting. Yeah, they're all affecting our anxiety levels, and we're on our own having to deal with that. We've got no one else there for us. Yeah. in
High
high
contact
contact sports such as boxing, martial arts, the possibility of getting hurt can also be a source of
Spoke
anxiety.
about that earlier, didn't we?
And that is a big thing. When you go up, sometimes you get this big monster you're fighting.
Is it, not in a bad way, it don't matter. Has anyone like ever got worried about getting hit in a fight? Or not? So if you've got some beast in front of you, that don't go through your mind. That's gone through my mind a few times. If I've got some beast in front of me, I think I've got to keep my head out of the way of this, yeah, and be more on the toes. And then I'm changing the way I'm fighting because I've got a beast in front of me that's going to take me out.
You won't find any person who likes being hit. No one can stand there and go, I love being hit. Yeah, you've always got that fear of how much is it going to hurt as it lands. Yeah. Sometimes it might hit and you think, oh, that's nothing, that's all right. Other times it might hit and it might go straight through you. They just catch the timing right, and that's always going on in your head. When you see that big stocky bloke standing there, yeah, and they've got that big punch that you've been watching through the rounds, yeah. Or it might even be someone in here. You might not like fighting specifically one person in here just because you know how hard they hit, yeah. You might fight someone bigger than you, you know, even like Stephen and Ronnie. You might fight someone bigger, but it might come to Adam or Ada, and it might have that nervous because they're your same size, but you've just got that fear over them. They might have that dominant over you. Yeah. All right, you just might get that sometimes. This sounds like it causes some critical changes in technique.
It's just saying, like, if you're worried about getting hit, your technique goes out the window, because if you're throwing a punch, I see it quite some you sometimes. You as well, not to point you out, but when you are going in for that big punch, you go, if you're fighting someone bigger, you're going half-hearted, you'll keep your head back out of the way and it will ruin your technique. Yeah, but that's the same for most of us. Stephen, you as well, have seen a couple of competitions, yeah, when you had that last competition, because that kid was a little bit bigger, you was really wary about what he was going to do, even though you was a lot better than him. Yes, you've got to get that, just try and, we'll do some techniques a little bit, but that's something we've got to try and get over, because it ruins that technique.
You can tell, because normally when you're worried, you go from this position to slightly back, and I've said this to you a few times, haven't I? And that means your techniques are never going to hit because your posture's all away. You've got nothing going in and meeting them. Yeah. So just when you feel that, when you feel that worry, all you've got to do is think, I've got to hit that person before they hit me. Yeah, that's all I do in my head. I've got to hit them. That's why we've been working on short, if you've been carrying, yeah? Get in, get out, yeah? Don't get hit. I want to take that fear away of getting hit. I want us to be quick enough not to get hit.
The more we worried about getting hurt, the more likely it is we're going to get hurt.
Alright? Because a lot of us, when we're worried, we just become static and we actually let the person hit us. I don't know if it's something going on in my head that the sooner he hits me, the quicker I get off this mat. I don't know if that goes on something, because we just literally freeze and we just stand there like that, and then we go to punch, they punch, and then we sort of just flop something out.
Is anyone actually, not in a bad way, but like through a fight, like because they don't want to go on to the next round, like thinking, yeah, me too, yeah. My worst one, I didn't want to do England selections at all, and Dad's like, oh, go on, do it. So I've done it, and I was me and Ginger Jamie, and I did not want to beat him. And I was throwing techniques to Missy face because I did not want to go on that trip to go and fight abroad, because I didn't want to go. Someone else, what was yours, Dad?
Birmingham.
Just gone. How long ago was Birmingham?
About August, September.
Yeah, go on.
Yeah, the two Paris brothers were in there.
Yeah.
And I was going to go, and I knew that if I got through, and it sort of like put me off a bit.
Yeah. Anyone else want to share it? Connor, what was yours? What was your list of them? I'm joking.
Can't remember who, but I know.
Josh?
No, I've done it too many times, can't remember.
Yeah. But that's the biggest thing. It's not the actual person you're fighting that you can easily beat that person, but it's what you know coming up after.
It might not be that you've thrown a fight. It might be that you're thinking during that fight, oh, I've only got him next.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's gone on in my head, and I'm thinking, if I win this, I hope he loses this one.
Yeah.
He's not going to lose. I've got to hope he gets disqualified. He's fighting too good to lose, and that does go on in here. And because you're thinking about that next one, you've got nothing thinking about that. You know, you've split your concentration. Your concentration has gone elsewhere. You see, one thing is with concentration, you don't lose it. It just goes off to another point. You concentrate on something else. You need to concentrate fully on that fighter in front. And when that happens, you're not, and then you're off your game. Yeah. It's lucky you get through.
Got to remember as well, if you do get to fight that fight you're worried about, there's a reason why you're worried about him. So there's no expectation on you going in to fight that fighter. Yes, if you get into fighting, whatever you do against that fighter is going to be good, because you've got that expectation.
And if you do fight him,
off your shoulders,
you're obviously good enough to be there fighting him. You've gone through all the other rounds. You're obviously good enough to make it to that round to fight him. Yeah. So all you got to think of is if it's that 1 minute 30, 2 minute. You take it to him, yeah? It's like Aidan, that Joe bloke. I always say to you all, he just loves it, because everyone just stands there and he'll just be flash shower, he's doing all these kicks and punches and that. But if you get on him and you absolutely blitz him and you put him under pressure, he doesn't like it, because he's used to being the big I am, the one who does all the fancy stuff. Because you give him time. If you take away that time from some people, they can't deal with it. Normally the best people need more time because they've been given more time. If you take their time away, then they can't do their techniques. Yeah? On to the next one.
Anyone else want to share anything, or no? Carry on, yeah. Go for it.
What else causes anxiety?
What about success? Yeah.
Success? Yeah. You might have won the competition before. You feel like you've got to carry on your winning streak. Who's had that before?
What's going to say?
Yeah. AJ, you're massive with that one. Yeah, for me, I think that's still going on in your head. Yes, when you go out and fight. I've had it because when I was little, I went out and I won. What was it? The British or the Internationals? The first one I'd ever gone to. I was this little dumpy kid, and I couldn't do nothing other than gack or a little thing. But I think it was where I was more up there than the other kids. I was where I've been fighting with the older lot. I was more tactically aware in my head of what I needed to do, and then because I won that, then everyone else starts expecting you to win the next one. When you go to the little one, you've got to win the little one. It's only a little competition, but then it builds up, and because you've lost that little one, you then lose the next little one. You're becoming a habit of losing. It just carries on. Yeah, just get out of that losing. All you got to think of is, I want to win my next fight. Just
don't put nothing on your shoulders.
Think about the fight. Yeah, that's what we forget. We go in there thinking about winning. Go in there to think about the fight. Yeah, I want to beat this guy. Yeah, don't think about what's at the end of it, that nice shiny medal. Before you fight, have it in your head. Oh yes, you know, get yourself aroused, motivated for it. Have that medal pictured in your head. But when you go out and fight, get that all out your way. That guy's stopping you getting to the next round. I want to beat him. Yeah, all right. James, you wrote a bit here. Yeah. An additional factor that causes anxiety is the expectation of success. Big one for James, this is. Yeah? This is a real... The expectations held by British tennis fans for Andy Murray to win the men's singles title at Wimbledon have hung over him like a dark cloud. And this, you could see this, because
everyone knows who he is, yeah?
Everyone at Andy Murray, yeah? You could see every time he got to a final, I stayed up, watched it every night, whenever it was on. I watched it, and everyone wanted him to win, because I've never seen anyone win anything in my lifetime for tennis, yeah. And it's been so long, and he had everything on him. Tim Henman was a big one. Never won a thing really. Yeah. And technically, if you ask people, if you listen to all the tennis stars, they all say how good Tim Henman was. Yeah, but I think that is what affected Tim. You had Tim and Greg Rosetsky on his own, just doing it. Does anyone remember Greg Rosetsky? No, he was the other guy. Yeah. He did get to a final though. He did. Yeah, but he's fine. Yes, he's finally done it. Yeah, so but he won the Olympics. This is what I was going to say. He won the Olympics at Wimbledon just after he lost at Wimbledon. It was like 2 weeks after, wasn't it, I think? Yeah, and then he's gone on to win the US because he's got that in his head, I can now win. I've got the pressure off me. I've won something
get
big.
into a routine of winning. Yeah? Winning so a routine.
You could put him in these little competitions. He beat Roger Federer, he beat Novak Djokovic, Rafael Nadal. He'd beat them all. Yeah, he could do it, but it was the problem of when he come into the Grand Slams, he would beat possibly Roger Federer in the semi-finals, but then he had to seal the deal and get the Grand Slam. He had to win the main one, the final, and he never won a set for his first 3 or 4 finals he'd done. Yeah, then he won his first set, lost the final, then he won his Grand Slam. Because I think personally it was down to his Olympics. If he didn't win the Olympics, I don't think he'd have won the US Open. But he had the winning feeling. Yeah?
Right, symptoms, yeah. Right, there's a I think what's different. Where does anxiety come from? There's like 3 different things where you get anxiety. You can feel anxiety.
Brain, muscles.
Good. Yeah.
So brain, cognitive.
So cognitive, yeah. You can feel it in your head, like your thought process.
I won't get the other one, but think about it on a basic.
Yeah. So in your brain, yeah, your brain sends out messages. You can't do this. Yeah. You got on a somatic level, which is physical level. Like you might feel tired, sluggish, not ready to go. Anyone feel any of them things? Anyone feel anything else? Con? Or does you sort of feel just tired?
Yeah.
Can't get warm. Aiden, same, yeah.
How does anyone's attitudes change? How's your, what's the word I'm looking for? How do you know with your mum and dad? Do you get?
Yeah, you get
so what is that? Your
behaviour. Yes. Yeah, good.
Okay, your behaviour can get changed. I know I get it. Sometimes I get snappy, or I just get
like your behaviour, like your general behaviour patterns, they'll change. Yeah. Also, one I haven't put down. If you want to flick onto it, Rob.
3 levels: cognitive,
so that's your brain,
your somatic,
physical, like body, muscles, behavioural. Also, you've got self-confidence. Like your self-confidence will differ from different competitions. You either know you can do it, or
that can possibly come under.
Yeah, or come under cognitive. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Go on then, Rob. Move on.
So, should we try a few of these out now?
Let's just read about them first. We've got a little paragraph.
Right, anxiety control techniques to reach your optimal. Yeah? Right, to reach psychological states, you need to understand your own natural responses to stress and be sensitive to your bodily signals.
Like we were saying earlier, you've got to know yourself.
Going back to that inverted U, sir, I never said, I said it's different for sports. Well, my inverted U is different to James's. James's is different to Connor's. Yeah? So we've all got different ones. And you've got to try and think now, where am I right? Where am I perfect? Where's my optimum performance going to be? That is what you've got to start getting yourself. Am I one who needs to be laid back before? Or am I one who needs to be pumped up? Yeah? That's what you've got to start.
So you got to, when you know yourself, you can deal with the demands and the anxiety of the competition. Yes, but you got to know it yourself. There's something we can help you with, but you got to do it. You got to know it yourself, and we're going to do the same course in a minute just to start that off.
Learning to handle the demands of competition involves learning to read your thought patterns and physical responses, and develop the skills necessary to find your ideal arousal level.
Basically
what we've said. Yeah. Stress management requires excellent self-awareness.
Self-awareness, basically knowing yourself.
Yeah. Because if you know yourself well, you'll be better understanding the roots of your anxiety. Guys, if you don't understand some of the words, just say it.
Say to us after, have a little read after.
Alright, does everyone understand that? Because I don't know. Techniques, are we ready? First, establish your winning feeling. Yeah?
Rob, do you have any pens up to this? Where's all your pens?
You had them.
Alright, 2 seconds, yeah? You can talk about that, Rob, I'll just grab it.
Establish your winning feeling.
Passing keys.
Right.
We're going to do this, yeah? We're going to...
Yeah, we'll do it now. Think carefully about the last time you performed at the top of your game, then list every detail you might associate with your winning feeling. So that's what we're going to do, yeah? Pick out the 8 most important aspects of this positive feeling and write them neatly into the box. You can use your winning feeling to help create an optimum competition mindset.
Can we just hold it there 1 sec? Sorry, does anyone have a pen on them? Anyone bring pens with them?
Is it all in the car?
Is it all in the car?
I've got one.
Dude! through competition report.
Well, what we do, as it's going round, that's they can tell them. They can tell us, yeah.
Yeah.
Or not?
Yeah. All right. And so we'll do that.
Adam, you've got a pen, haven't you? Yeah. So if Adam, you want to write yours, AJ, you can write yours while someone else is telling them. Then you've got it written down.
So
read it again, Rob, so they can
think carefully about the last time you were performing at the top of your game. Then list every detail you might associate with your winning feeling. Now, guys, it might not be a competition. Yeah, like it hasn't got to be when you won. Yeah, because it doesn't mean you was at the top of your game when you won. I've won competitions when I thought atrocious. I've lost competitions when I thought I was amazing. Yeah, because some weeks you fight better, but you just don't get the results. Yeah, so think how you felt when you was fighting at the best. Yeah, where should we start? Con, do you want to start it? It could be cat or whatever you want, mate.
So what? Just
How you felt? How you felt?
Not nervous or anything because I was against the best person, so there's no reason.
Yeah. So you was relaxed because he had the pressure.
you can write yours down now, right?
Yeah.
I do. You write yours down on
You
the
took
back.
a good scout. Yeah.
Right on the back, yeah.
So
just put winning feeling.
Connor had that where he wasn't the favourite to win it, he was less anxious about his performance, yeah? So he probably hit his optimum arousal.
Even if you don't write 8 down, Rob, if they get a good 4 or 5, you write 4 or 5 down.
Jakey, what's your one? How was you feeling when you was fighting at your best?
Anything, could be anything.
Very happy.
Happy, yeah.
Happy, yeah? Aid? Confident. Joshua?
Sharp.
Huh? Positive, yeah. All your faults positive the whole time. But I think that's a good point because when you throw your techniques, you throw them with the belief that you're going to score because every thought that's going on in your head is positive. I'm going to do this now, and it goes in. Because somehow it does. Just because your thought's right, your techniques go better. AJ?
Anything, just how you felt.
How did you feel
fast or
when you won that national team?
Kind of powerful.
Powerful, yeah.
I said I feel more committed. Like if I know that I won before and I've used that technique, I know I can use it and it'll like score again.
It's like throwing techniques with belief. You're throwing with belief to hit.
Ollie, when you won that third that time, how did you feel?
What about your fighting? How did you think you were fighting? Did you feel sharp, fast? Yeah? Yeah, good. Stephen? You had a couple of...
You felt fast, yeah? You do. For some, I don't know, I think it's in your head.
Feel like Muhammad Ali.
You do. You go out there and your hands are firing. It's probably going the same speed as they normally do. But you just think it's going faster. Everything's positive. It's going on. Kai, how have you felt?
I felt a bit more like relaxed. I wasn't so worried about it.
Relax. Yeah, I could agree with that. When I was at my best, I felt when I went out onto the mat, I sort of struck. I thought, this is my mat. Yeah. What are they doing on it?
That natural home.
Yeah.
Only.
That's how I felt. I just felt comfortable. That's where I should be. Whereas when I'm not at my best, I'm taking the account of when you're not at your best, the whole time you're a bit tetchy about it. Do you know what I mean? You're like,
if you're finished, boys, just pass the pen around somewhere.
He's going to do it today, yeah. Have we got?
Yeah, everyone's just doing it. Everyone can read their ones out and say, just let them finish
Give you
up.
2 minutes.
As you can read yours out now.
I've got confident, nervous, like committed, lively, and belief.
That nervous, because you performed it best, you turn that into a good.
You
turn that into good anxiety. You turned it into your optimum level of
right,
anxiety.
winning feelings is positive or could it be negative as
well?
Whatever you felt. Could it be overconfident maybe like for some people?
Did it say? What does it say to?
It just says winning feelings.
Oh, winning feeling.
Positive
yeah, positive feelings. It says positive feelings. Right, positives. What did you write?
Confident, positive, relaxed.
Wicked. Jake?
Happy, positive, maybe like look forward to like next competition coming up.
Yeah.
And like when you win, you don't get such a low. Like when you lose, all the adrenaline just goes.
Yeah, but when you win, you're on a high.
You feel when you get hurt and stuff. Yeah, and you're just on a high.
So that's like what I'm saying earlier, like that individual.
I find even if you're hurt, when you've won, you sort of laugh about it.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, look at that, bro,
Like,
he scratched me all over. But when you've lost, it's like, oh, he's a.
Yeah.
You know, I find that with myself, and I just have to bring all these injuries in. Oh, he's done my leg. He probably yeah, definitely. But when you've won, you sort of boast about, oh, I've done this, and I've still kind of I've done it. You know.
Yeah. You done it.
It's that pressure of individual sports, so when you lose, that anxiety carries on after because you're disappointed with yourself. There's no one else that you can share that disappointment with.
Footballers are finger pointers. They always blame someone else. Yeah. In our sport, there's only one person you can blame, and it's yourself, isn't it? Or the referee sometimes.
Or the ref, yeah. AJ, what you got?
Confident, ready, powerful, sharp, quick, happy, relaxed, and in the zone.
Excellent, good. In the zone. That's what you're going on tomorrow, isn't it?
Yeah,
I don't think so, yeah. We've done a bit, I've covered it today. Con?
Positive, relaxed, belief in myself and confident.
Good. Who else saying that? Stephen?
Fast, sharp, happy, confident, and lively.
Lively. Kai?
I've got relaxed, confident, less pressure.
Good.
Yeah.
Ollie?
Happy, fast, relaxed, and nervous sometimes.
It's nervous sometimes. It's good, you channeled that nervousness well. Yeah, so that's where you got to think how you done it in that competition. You got to try and, when you start to feel that anxiety, take that into your next one. Yeah? Everyone happy with that, yeah? So just try it, you can try it by yourself.
Yeah, so basically this is saying before you go out and that competition, you might be in the car on the way, just be thinking about all these things.
Yeah,
like,
have a think about when you won that, yeah?
Sharp.
I know somebody's
standing on that podium, you know, stuff like that.
I didn't
because it was too high.
When I read some of these, yeah, they sound like you can look at them and you can take them as like saying stupid, can't you? You can look and think, oh, that's a load of rubbish. But you don't know until you give it a go, yeah? You can adapt it, you can change it to yourself, yeah? But just give them a go, you've got to give them a try because anxiety is a big thing,
I think, honestly, if I'd have known this when I was properly doing it, I think I'd have been a lot better because I felt like I was really good in training. And I always struggled when I went competition because my biggest thing was my belief. I never had no belief in myself. And I feel like I'm similar to you, Aid. When I go out, I was so affected by anxiety. As a young kid, I was really self-confident. Like when I was about 12, 13, I was confident as anything. I thought I was the bee's knees. You know, but then I think I got to that 14, 15 age group and that's when all my doubt used to come into my head. And I just never had no belief whatsoever. When I stepped into a competition, I just used to think, what's going to happen there? Who am I going to have to fight? And I was more concerned about who's going to fight rather than them thinking, I've got to fight him. Yeah?
Right, we'll go do the next one as well. I can't remember what the next one is. Just have a look.
Centering. The second technique is known as centering because it involves focusing attention on the centre of your body. The area just behind your navel.
Well, I tried all these out the other day, and I got Laura to try them out as well. But they make you feel like they give you like goose pimples down your back, like when you actually do it. If you actually zone in to do it properly.
This is a technique that is particularly effective during sport that have breaks in the action, such as in between bouts and karate competitions.
So it's perfect for us, yeah. And you ain't got you can do it, so like no one knows knowing you're doing it.
So this is calming you down, calming and controlling effect, providing a simple but effective way to counteract the negative effects of anxiety.
Yeah, and
I think this would be perfect.
We could use this, yeah.
I do.
Like for even like Adam was saying.
You get over. You need to calm yourself down.
So like Adam was saying about worrying about going on to fight the person after, this might help you out to sort them nerves out before you go into that fight where you're going to need to win.
AJ, this might be good for you as well, yeah? Because I think you get too panicky now.
But even before that first fight, just go into it.
Stand with your feet flat on the ground.
Should we try it, yeah? Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah?
Everyone know doing it? Just go with it, yeah? Do you want me to read it? I've got a soothing voice, Rob.
Yeah? Ready, guys?
Right. Where am I? I'm on technique number 5. Technique number 2. We've got 5 techniques to do today, you lot. Hold up, I'll try to open this door a little bit. So I can see it. Right. Stand with your feet flat on the ground. We're all on flat on the ground. Shoulders about shoulder width apart. Arms hanging loosely either side of your body. Close your eyes. Breathe evenly. Nice deep breaths. Notice when you breathe in, the tension in your upper body increases, and when you breathe out, there's a calm, sinking feeling. Are you getting it? Keep it going, keep it going. Inhale deeply from your abdomen. Aware of the tension in your face and neck and shoulders. And exhale to let the tension fall away, focusing on the feeling of heaviness in your stomach. That's just a nice deep breath out. Continue to breathe evenly, focusing all your attention initially on the areas immediately behind your navel, behind your nose. Go on, give it going, give it together. How are we feeling?
Relaxed. Relaxed. Might have a little rest from that.
Yeah?
I think it could work.
This, we've still got more to go in this. This gets better. It does actually get better. It gets more silly, but it gets better. Yeah? Right, we ready? Maintain your attention on one spot, like you're something that's tight or something like that, or on focus on something that you're worried about. Breathe normally, feeling very controlled, heavy and calm. On each breath, use a word that encapsulates the feelings and mental focus that you want. For example, loose, calm, focused, sharp, strong. Yummy. Good.
But
try it, yeah.
Thing,
I know
you can
there's
even put the two.
there's quite a few, so it's hard. But if you're sitting there by yourself, yeah, just sitting on that podium, like or sitting around or standing around, just close them eyes, let yourself go loose, and you ain't got to say the words if you want to say the words.
I've done that without knowing that I've done it before. Sometimes I just.
Well, you stand there, you sit there, and you think, "Come on,
I've got to close my eyes."
I've got to be fast in that next
second, just to sort of shut everyone out.
So all of these, yeah, just adapt them to yourself, but just try it. Just control your breathing, yeah. Did anyone feel it?
Nice.
It was nice. Isn't it? It is nice, isn't it? Eh?
But
I feel like all cool and yeah.
I think you can put that. I think you can put that.
Was it my voice? My
your
voice?
Winning feelings. If you put this with your winning feelings, so like James said, as you breathe in, be thinking about how you felt. Yeah, I feel sharp today. Yeah, I feel good. Yeah.
But I think that'll work. You know, it's that when you're reading it, you can make it silly. But if you try this with exclamation mark.
Yeah. Just sometimes I liked being on my own competition. I didn't like being with people who used to come do pads. I like to be on my own. Yeah. And I think
everyone's different.
Yeah. But you might have someone who just needs to be with people, needs to be talking.
I like to talk to someone.
Yeah. Some people just like to, just chill out, just thinking about what they're going to do. Yeah, I used to stalk people, pretty much. Yeah. I'd just make sure my eyes were on him all day long. I remember the Ipswich one. What was the Ipswich one's name? Was it Craig?
Craig Warren.
Do you remember? I just knew I had to fight him, and there weren't many in the group, and I knew that I was going to get in the final with him. It was me and him every time, undefeated on him I was. Other than team fight, I lost team fight. But I used to just literally, at Sheffield, I used to stand over the bat and I'd make sure I could see him, and the whole time I'd be looking at him, just thinking, oh, I'm going to do you. I'm going to beat you today. And that would be all I was thinking of the whole time. I'm going to beat him. And it was a bit stalkery, but it worked for me, yeah?
We're not going to try all of these, but they're saying if you want to give them a go, this is the 5 breath
technique. It says what it does.
This is alright as well.
Anxiety control exercise can be formed while you are standing up, lying down or sitting upright. It is ideally used just before competition or whenever you feel particularly tense. You should inhale slowly and deeply and evenly through your nose and exhale gently through your mouth, as though flickering, but not extinguishing the flame of a candle.
Yeah, so don't breathe too heavy. Control your breath, and you control it, yeah?
Yeah, but you could even do that where you're just lying down, a bit of music, just slow breathing, yeah? Take a deep breath, allow your face and neck to relax as you breathe out. Take a second breath, allow your shoulders
so
and
just basically focusing.
It's going from head to toe.
So you're just focusing each breath on a different part of your body, just to relax yourself.
Take a third breath, allow your chest, stomach and back to relax. Take a fourth breath, allow your legs and feet to relax. Take a fifth, allow your whole body to relax.
Yeah, and that works quite similar to the centering one. That's quite nice.
You haven't really got to say the word relax, but you can if you want, right?
In your mind's ear, in your mind's ear, in your head. So I teach Laura that is there. What's your mind's eye? Picturing it. So you're doing it. Right.
When you experience a negative or unwanted thought, such as I don't want to be here today, or
anyone thinks anything like this,
like he did last time.
Yeah.
Sometimes,
Yeah.
Yeah. I like this one as well. We can try this one.
Picture a large.
Right. So let's close our eyes. Close our eyes.
Am I doing talking?
Right. You want to do talking? You can do it. Yeah. But just picture this person that you don't want to fight, or the competition you do not want to be at. Just give it a go, yeah, and see if you can get it.
Picture a large red stop sign in your mind's eye. Hold this image for a few seconds and then allow it to fade away, along with the thought. If you wish, you can follow this with a positive self-statement.
Just in your head, yeah? Just say it in your head.
I'm going to hit it hard, right, from the start. Thought stopping can be used to block an unwanted thought before it before it escalates or disrupts performance. Are you all thinking about this large red stop sign?
No, Josh was thinking about hitting it hard.
Oh, right. The technique can help to create a sharp refocus of attention, keeping you engrossed in the task at hand of hitting it hard.
Yeah, no, but that's I think that would be quite a good one to use as well. Just that thing where, like, any fear you've got, just think, hold it there. Yeah.
I used to use the word Christmas trees. I don't know.
Christmas trees. What for?
I don't know. Anything.
Yeah.
I don't want to think about it. Just think of Christmas trees.
Everyone loves a Christmas tree.
Everyone loves a Christmas tree.
I think this is no link to anything.
Yeah.
Like, what's linked?
Well, when I go on a plane, I do this and don't know how to do it. I just think, like, I have an argument in my head. Like, I'm like, hold up, James, sort yourself out in your head. Before I'm on the edge of tears with all these little people sitting around me and no one else is crying. As it's taking off. Yeah, so I sort of do this in my head and think, no, you can do this. Don't worry, you'll be all right. Got a parachute if you need one. Rob's got a parachute there.
I wouldn't jump from it.
If Jake hadn't broke it, I would have gone for it.
Right, letting go.
Last technique. We're
Don't take this too physical and let everything go. Right, you will need to lie down somewhere comfortable.
See, like you could use this the night before a competition. This could help a little bit. Just by yourself.
Where you are unlikely to be disturbed. If you wish, you also use this exercise to aid a restful night's sleep. Allow your eyes to close and let your attention wander slowly over each part of your body, starting from the tips of your toes and working up to the top of your head. As you focus on each part of the body, tense the associated muscle for a count of 5 and then let go. This is what I was talking about earlier. So, like, literally, like, if it was your arm, you'd tense that arm up for 5 and then just let it go. And then when you do, it does feel quite nice when you let it go.
Like, just give it a go. Aiden's getting through now.
Yeah. Honestly, do it because it just feels like everything's going away as you've let it go, because you've held that really tight. And then when it's a real nice relief. It's like when you stretch, you know, when you have your legs wide and then you bring it back in. It's always quite a nice feeling when your legs come back into the middle.
Yeah, no, but give it. It was just things to try and help you out. Like the night before. This is the night before.
It does say if it does not relieve the tension, repeat the process until it has. Yeah. Once you've covered each part of the body, tense the entire body, hold for 5, and then let go.
But let your mind go with it.
You'll feel tranquil and deeply relaxed.
Tranquil. That's the word.
Give it a go now, guys.
Right.
You like that one?
That's the end of the techniques, yeah. But with them techniques, just you take your techniques. I've got a summary at the end about the techniques anyway. But the techniques that we've gone through, just give them a go and adapt them to yourself, and just try them. Yeah, just give them a go, see what they're like. Right, we're just going on to measuring anxiety. I've sort of missed summaries at the end that covers straight.
There are several questionnaires that measure anxiety. we're going to focus on the CSAI 2R questionnaire. The revised CSAI 2 was created by Cox, Martins and Russell. The CSAI 2R is made up of 17 items, basically 17 questions, isn't it?
Yeah, 17 questions, yeah.
And these are divided into 3 subscales. Anyone know the subscales without looking?
We said them earlier, basically, didn't we?